Welcome to the Kane and Reloaded show. This is your boy 305 Kane.
And it's your boy DJ Reloaded.
Before we get started, we need y'all to smash that like button. Make sure you hit that subscription button and make sure you hit that notification bell so you get notified whenever we go live. And don't forget to share the video to your friends and family and let them know what we bring to the table here at the Kane and Reloaded show. Let them know you love us and let them know they'll love us too. DJ Reloaded, how you feeling today, my boy?
I mean, I'm feeling good, man. Feeling great. I was just watching a movie called Premature. Folks, please check it out. Dope movie. I'm not quite done with it yet, but I like it so far. How you doing today, Ken?
I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right. My youngest daughter had a toothache last night.
Yeah.
Yeah, she didn't go to sleep till I went to work. So guess what I was doing all night? Up with her. So yeah, I'm tired.
Been
But
at the girl, baby.
nah, she hit that dentist this morning though. She went to the dentist this morning, so it's all good.
Okay.
But tonight's topic, we're gonna talk about the video that's been surfing around the internet of the four Minneapolis police officers are fired after video shows one kneeling on the neck of black man who later died. Four Minneapolis police officers were fired Tuesday, authorities say, amid protests and outrage after a viral video showed one of them kneeling on the neck of a handcuffed black man who cried that he could not breathe and later died. A bystander video of the incident on the city south side captured George Floyd. George Floyd is his name. Telling the officers, "I can't breathe. I cannot breathe," as he was pinned to the ground, and as an increasingly distraught crowd of onlookers plead with the officers to move his knee.
Man,
How you feel about it?
I woke up early in the morning. I look for articles and what's going on, and man, that devastated me, man. Because when I watched the video, that officer just set his knee on that brother's neck the whole video.
Mm.
Didn't look like he had a care. The brother pleaded. The brother was begging with him, can't breathe. He didn't, they didn't care.
Let me stop you right there. Let me stop you right there because that's part of what I wanted to touch on too. Was that officer, like you said, had no remorse. He had no care at all. He had no sympathy. And a lot of the times, because I have had interactions with police officers, they normally with my interactions with police officers, they don't, everything you say to them, it's like they believe it's a lie. So with that man pleading, "I can't breathe," it's like, yeah, right, he'll be all right. They feel like whatever they doing, the person to be okay, or they okay in the situation. I think they lose a lot of the sympathy for the human, you know, the civilian, that like they act like they just a whole nother a whole nother entity out here, the way they just act like you're really nothing, and everything you're saying really does not, it doesn't weigh on them. So he pleading, he's saying, man, they trying to kill me. That officer, like you said, he ain't even budge.
No.
He ain't even feel like, you know what, let me loosen up a little bit. Let me okay, we can hold him down, but let me loosen up a little bit. Let me let him breathe a little bit. That officer sat there and looked at the rest of that crowd too, like,
Yeah.
what y'all gonna do?
The video said that he set his knee on the back of that brother's neck for like five minutes.
Mm.
5 minutes. And this is what the police chief, when they went back and they viewed the footage. This is probably after they fired the officers. For 5 minutes, you had another brother that said that, yo, he trained with these cats and they knew exactly what they was doing as far as when he had his knee on the back of that man's neck. And then on the flip side, because the video don't show you this, but you had two other cops holding him down.
Mm-hmm.
You had one. Think about this, right? So it was 4 cops, right? The video doesn't show 4 cops. The video you only see 2. So you had one cop that was holding back the crowd, going back and forth, back and forth. Then you had one cop on his neck. The brother was already at this point handcuffed. They didn't want to get him off that ground. They had they had every intent on hurting and harming this man. There's no other way you can look at it. If I got you pinned to the ground, handcuffed, I got you. This I mean, as an officer in my mind, if I was a cop, I got you arrested now. I got you in handcuffs. I'm safe. These officers, that officer, when he just, the brother was pleading with him, telling him what he was doing. The officer, pretty much had his hands in his pocket, not giving a damn. And then what flipped me out was when, as the crowd, was asking, to check his pulse, because when he went lump, the Asian cop started trying to go after another black gentleman. Trying to incite another incident. At some point, shout out to the white nurse who stepped up and spoke up. We need more individuals like that young lady, stepping up and speaking out for people of different of races and backgrounds. Because at the end of the day, this is how we change it. Yes, 4 police officers was fired, but we also got to keep in mind that this is the same city that let a police officer walk after he killed Fidel. Did I say his name right?
Yeah, I think that's how you say it.
Philando.
That's
the same city that acquitted a police officer after he killed Philando when he was in the car with his woman and his child.
And his child.
So, no police officer is above the law. And I'm pleading for justice. I'm pleading for the city to do the right thing let's get these convictions, not just firing them, because you can fire them, they don't get a conviction, they can go work somewhere else. Enough is enough.
Yeah, man. I do, and I have trained martial arts. I train jiu-jitsu, wrestling, and I know for a fact that if you have someone with a knee in someone's back, you're restricting their diaphragm from being able to expand for them to be able to breathe. And then if you have a knee on their neck, you also restricting them the way, access to breathing, closing up their airways. You closed up his neck by having your knee on his airways. And even though he still could breathe a little bit that way, that won't initially kill you. Okay. What killed the man was the pressure from all of the officers being on top of him at once.
Yes.
And that's what restricted him from being able to breathe, because an officer can say, all I had was my knee on his neck. I wasn't squeezing his neck. But you're restricting his airway from his neck because you're closing it up by having that pressure on there. Then you got officers that's on his back that's restricting his airways because he's laying on his stomach. So if I'm squishing your stomach down, now if I have you in a certain body lock and I'm squishing your stomach down, I'm going to restrict you from being able to expand your lungs. So I want people to take into account that it wasn't just that officer with his knee on his neck. It was all of them. Fair. All of them that was making contact with that man at that time, they all contributed to him not being able to breathe. And none of them let up off of him.
Right. I mean, this reminds me so much of Eric Garner situation. Brother got choked out, murdered for selling cigarettes. It just smells and feels like a repeat. And this is, like I said again, I'm just disgusted. This video made me cringe. 6 a.m. I'm tired of these stories. I mean, you had another story with brother walking in the park and another white lady choking her dog, calling the police off, falsifying a report. Yeah,
Let me tell you what she said. She told this man, I'm gonna call the police officers and tell them that a black man is threatening my life. And all he was doing was recording her choking her dog.
right. Peter, get after her. But at the end of the day, enough is enough. At some point, and this is what we keep on saying is almost every video. We're gonna beat this into everybody's heads that watch these videos. And when I say unity, I don't say unity in a way that I'm talking about violence. Because if you control your economics in your community, you're gonna get power and respect.
Mm.
When you could bankrupt a side store that you don't want in your community, or a gas station that you don't want in your community, and put somebody else in your community that look like you, and when you take that power back and them resources back, that's how you make people respect you.
Mm.
At some point we got to get there. At some point we got to understand that, hey, when I look across the street and I see another young black male, that ain't my enemy. That ain't
Right.
the ops. That's a brother. And all I speak is unity for my people. This situation, other situations, shows you why it's so important for us to move as one, like every other ethnicity. Yeah, we're gonna have disagreements, but come on, man. I gotta say to my Joe Biden voice, come on, man.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
If you see this video, you gotta be like blown away. If you ain't blown away from seeing this video, this is the second time we've seen a brother get choked out on a video.
Mm.
So at some point we gotta say, yo, man, enough is enough. And then we also gotta dig into these law books to see why exactly when these cases go to court, police officers always get an acquittal.
Yeah.
But this case here, the police chiefs did, pull video and seeing that these officers was lying about the initial contact with this man. The man wasn't resisting arrest, and this is why they fired those police officers. They couldn't justify it.
Mm. And the saddest part about all of this to me was, if you ever get a chance to watch that video, or if you haven't seen the video, head over to the Canaan Reloaded Facebook page. The video is posted up there. You'll get a chance to see it if you want to see it. But when that man said, this is the victim, George, when George said, I can't breathe, man, they killing me, I felt that. That is heartbreaking to know that you're sitting here struggling to live and you're not even fighting anybody. If you fight, they're going to kill you even faster. But you it's like it's nothing you can do. They're going to kill you regardless. That's heartbreaking.
Yeah,
that's heartbreaking for that man to not even have a chance.
Yeah, and again, it's just sad that, again, I woke up, I saw a couple of videos, and I'm like, man, like we're better off locked down in the house.
Mm.
At least no craziness was going on. Reports about Memorial Day shootings in Chicago, the white lady, it's a lot of craziness going on since they started to open these cities. I think we was better off locked down. I know a lot of people might say, you know what, Reloaded, shut the hell up.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you, shut the hell up. Because no, we ain't better off locked down.
But I'm gonna tell you, when we were locked down, did you see stories like this?
Yes.
Well, I almost.
We was locked down when Aubrey was jogging.
Not really, but that's a whole different conversation. I could dig into it. The cities was slowly but surely opening up.
I don't want to hear that.
At the end of the day, we have to get to a point where
got nothing to do with us being in the house because we got police officers abusing their power, abusing their authority. That's not the right way to go. When is enough gonna be enough? When when is enough going to be enough?
That's my point.
When
And
is everybody going to say, you know what? That's enough.
I mean, like I said again, and it's something that we can't just change with unity. We have to, other ethnicity groups have to understand that, it's not, when we say unity, it's not about intimidating no one else. It's about just, us coming together and healing and moving as a community, you
Right.
know. And again, I just want to shout out to the brother who was speaking up for him. The white lady who's I think she was a nurse, and she was speaking up. I mean, brave souls like that need to continue to speak up, because even like, with prior cases, I've seen witnesses get, for some odd reason, murdered. So, um, I don't think training has nothing to do with it. I just think that at the end of the day, you know, it, I have a job that if I go out and I do something, I'm held accountable. Police officers go out and they have our lives in their hands, and they get less, and they're not held accountable. Something has to change in that system and that thought process.
But
Something-
I kind of agree with Mike though. If we was to say poor training, because to be honest, they are trained to handle situations in certain ways. And if they wasn't trained that that's the way you're supposed to do it, then they wouldn't be doing a lot of these things, and they wouldn't be taking a lot of these actions if their training was reformed.
I mean, you could say, I mean, like you said again, these issues been going on for so long. I mean, and we keep on pointing out training, 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 but when we see videos, and I hate to bring race into it. I hate to bring race into it, but when we see videos of a white guy shooting up a school, shooting up a church, he's walked out the house real gentle, handcuffs in front.
But that's training still.
And so, in other words, you're telling me that the system is training police officers
The system
to.
been training police officers
So
to.
you telling me that they're training to. I need to know this factual. I might have to walk up on a cop and ask one. So you
Mhm.
telling me the system is training cops to treat white men as fragile as a vase, and when it comes down to a black person, be real rough with them.
No, I think the system um has trained their officers that black men are aggressive and they have to be aggressive too to subdue them. And that's what I feel like is a big part of the training. Is a lot of their training is towards aggressiveness, right? A lot of the way their tactics is to handle aggressiveness. But when you already have the idea that my skin color is the ones that's going to be aggressive, which in a lot of situations we can be aggressive, but we don't have to be physically aggressive. We could be verbally aggressive because we feel we have just as much rights as everybody else. And when you have me talking to you, you the officer in this incident, and I'm talking to you with all of my aggressive tone, what you want to do at that point? Prove me different. Now your aggressive tactics come into play.
I get that. I guess feel like if I was a police officer and I was dealing with you, and you was being aggressive, or speaking to me in an aggressive manner, I don't feel like you're a threat. I don't feel like no man's a threat until you start throwing blows.
Yeah, but see, that's the thing. You don't feel like no man's a threat. You don't have everybody. You have so many officers that feel like, you know, they have to get physical with you. I have been in situations, like I said, these people patted me down, pulled me out the car, everything, and let me get back in my car and drive away. That means I ain't did absolutely nothing. But the whole time, the man patting me down and checking my pockets and everything else, he's telling me, oh, don't you twitching? You're trying to move? What you got something on you? He doing all of that. Like I wanted to be aggressive, or I wanted to resist in any kind of way.
But see, that's a behavior issue, not a training issue. That was somebody who was looking for you to move or say something so he can react in a more aggressive manner.
And
That's
use an aggressive tactic to subdue you. That's not, don't get it twisted. I didn't say he didn't use his own, his own thing and he wanted to try to provoke the situation. I didn't say he didn't provoke anything. But if I can provoke you to get aggressive with me, what can I in return do? Be as aggressive as possible with you.
right. And that's why you have to understand the situation sometimes. Sometimes, okay, I'm not going to meet your force with my force. I mean, you're a cop. You're gonna use the law against me to walk away free. So
Mm-hmm.
you know what? I'm gonna be more chill. Do what you got to do. Hey, cool. I'm gonna walk away. See, that's why you have to understand the situation that you always in. You have to control your surroundings,
Yes,
not
but
let your surroundings control
why
you.
we have these situations like this, because a lot of people, you ain't got to be resistant to talk your stuff, or to feel like I ain't got to let you touch on me. I ain't got to answer no questions for you. You don't have to be physical to resist verbally.
Right,
So if I'm resisting you verbally,
right,
okay, and you already have these inside feelings, okay, now you want to prove you the bigger man, and what you saying, what you the one being aggressive with me, and I'm this cop that you talking to me all crazy. Now I want to prove to you, I'm gonna show you better than I can tell you. You going down. I can do this to you. I'm gonna handcuff you. I'm gonna put you on the ground. You're gonna get physical with me. You're gonna use your training, right? And then the more I try to act like, man, what you doing? Why you grab? Now I'm being physical with you. I'm being aggressive with you. Now that officer gets very aggressive with you.
I get what you're saying, but what I'm saying is this, right? I still think it's a behavior issue. But what I'm saying is this:
That's training, and
if no behavior issue is not training.
you
Um,
train to have behaviors.
what
You
I'm
train
saying,
yourself in behaviors.
what
But
I'm
go
saying,
ahead.
what I'm saying is this: once I ask the officer some questions, and I feel like his tone is escalating, and he's getting to a point that it can go south, you got it. I'm gonna turn around, put my hands up, do what you got to do.
Everybody's not gonna do that
I
though.
want to go home.
Everybody not gonna do that though.
It's not, and it's not about me being a punk. It's not about me being soft. It's not about me being a chump. It's about thinking about the big picture. I mean, because you slam me to the ground, you punch me. Shit, I'm gonna put my name on the city somewhere. I'm gonna put my name on the city somewhere. I promise you, I am. So at the end of the day, you have to understand the situation. You can ask the cop questions. Once you feel like, okay, this cop here, I can't get nowhere with him, I'm gonna stop talking.
Of course, that's somebody who you can realize what situation you in. Everybody can't realize that, and that's why we get these situations. Is what I'm saying. But if the training is reformed to where you can't be aggressive with somebody,
They're never.
see what I'm saying?
Never. How can
You know
you
what I'm saying?
in that type of position? How can you say never be aggressive, right? Because you're dealing with a job that someone.
No, it's not never be aggressive. Is if I change, okay, if I
I mean,
say, if I say, okay, if like you wanted to say with these other white, you know, gentlemen, women, whoever, who will shoot up a mall or school and
right,
whatever else, right? And they walking out of there in handcuffs, right?
right,
Before they walk out of there in handcuffs, they have somebody that's doing what? That's going to negotiate with them. You're gonna have somebody that's gonna talk to them and talk them down out the situation, and get them to drop that gun. Okay, so why you can't have somebody who don't want to go in handcuffs be talked to, talk down into getting in the back of the car or figuring the situation out, instead of thinking, okay, you don't want to listen to me now, I'm gonna throw you on the ground and put you in handcuffs. That's the difference in the training that need to be changed.
yeah. Most time, who's somebody who's talking somebody down from shooting up something is usually a negotiator, and that's different from what somebody who just a normal police officer is quote unquote trained to do. That's unfortunate, and that would be
That's the
the excuse.
go. They not trained to do what?
But that would be the excuse. That would be. I mean, like I said, I guess most police officers that get hired don't have people skills. I guess.
No, they don't. So
But
stop talking about you guessing.
I again, it's for me, I look at people vibe that they giving me, and I move off of that. If I, you can feel tension in the room, and sometimes you got to know how to maneuver around it rather than fall short to it, because a lot of people, again, they leave their homes unhappy, and they take out their frustration on the next man. They pass that injury that they pass that energy down. So, at the end of the day, it's unfortunate this brother lost his life. Rest in peace, George. I just feel like something needs to change, something needs to happen. These police officers, all four, need to be held accountable. I respect Jay-Z. I love his music, but we're not done kneeling.
No, we still taking a stand. And either way it go, like I say, if we push more for reform in that training, making sure that these officers have negotiating skills, they have people skills, and they tend to want to talk a situation out before getting physical. I think they should get um write-ups and different little things for even getting physical in certain situations. Because there's a lot of situations where they didn't got physical, bust people face up and all, and people just go to jail. So I think they should get at least going to their pockets. They got to pay that victim for the damage they done to them victims, that officer. And I think a lot of them would fall back from trying to be that physical.
Well, I said that a couple of videos ago, that if you start hitting that pension, they will.
Yep. With that being said, this has been the Kane and Reloaded show. I'm your boy 305 Kane.
And it's your boy DJ Reloaded.
Before y'all get out of here, we need y'all to smash that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you get notified whenever we go live. And make sure you share the video and tell your friends and family about the Kane and Reloaded show and what we bring to the table here on this YouTube channel. And if you made it this far in the video, I'm going to give y'all a quick jewel. If you want that $50 giveaway, the end of the contest will be May 31st. If you want to learn how to win the $50, we got a video on the YouTube page. $50 giveaway gives you instructions on exactly how to win it.
So Kane will definitely be responding to comments, questions. So look out for us. If you got any questions, again, Kane got you.
And DJ Reloaded be helping me out. Peace and love, family.